Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We're at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge, and it's time for the All-Star Political Panel. You know Jane, you know Rick, you know Bruce. Where's our All-Star Political Panel music where we do that?
We need some.
Right?
Do we have some?
We should. We should get some.
We'll work on it.
Yeah,
we
we were at Sycamore Crossing. And,
that works.
I told our audience earlier, Jane, they may not understand this, and sorry to bring up something they don't understand. But didn't that used to be your parking space? I'm trying to start a problem today. I'm trying to.
Yeah. I meant to mention to Bill, move the truck. I'm parked illegally out here.
Did I get something started? I asked him, hey, how did you get that parking space?
Yeah.
Wondering if we have anything to talk about. So
No, but I think pretty much it's a dead day today.
Quiet week.
You want to talk fishing?
Boring.
All right, so now there's been a lot of discussion that Republicans and some of the talking heads and the conservative talkers out there are really being disrespectful to Robert Mueller, this war hero, Vietnam veteran hero, decorated hero, one of the greatest FBI directors. I mean, they're going on, and that a lot of fun has been made because he struggled a little, but it's his age and some
A little.
I have to say, if he felt, now he's a professional for years, if he felt he could not sit, he has testified before when you're the FBI director, so he knew what he was walking into. Knew exactly.
You think?
Right.
Yeah.
I cannot
I don't know
give
what he
him.
knows
Did he read his own report?
No.
I think
Not only did he not read it, he didn't write it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think the guy who learned the most about the Mueller report was Robert Mueller.
Mueller. You know,
I mean, he acted like a dunce.
he's mentally, he's sliding. But
I think he had a
about
stroke.
30 minutes in, I texted Rick and I said, "Are you watching?" He said, "Yes." I said,
Boom, boom,
"This
boom.
guy, first of all,
Boom,
this
boom,
guy
boom,
is
boom.
worse off than Biden. I mean, he is worse off mentally than Biden." And then I said, he doesn't look like he knows what's happening. And then when Jim Jordan got on there, then I sent him a thing that said,
Well, what Jim Jordan did,
Gosh,
Jim
that
Jordan
man
went
is
exactly
so great.
what I asked earlier in the week on my show. Earlier in the week, I said, I want one Republican to ask him, hey, while you were on this side indicting everybody you can find, Russians will never meet and everything like that, did you not bump into anybody, just one person on the other side? And Jordan did that.
Oh.
And, you know, I referred back to the report. You know.
It's out of my purview.
Out of my purview.
Yes,
Can't
exactly.
discuss that.
Yeah.
Can't discuss that.
There's things.
And it was interesting. I mean, he typically did more of no answer or whatever outside my purview, more with the Republicans than the Democrats.
Yeah, he did. That was obvious.
So, something's going on up there. But yeah, he seemed woefully unprepared or totally out of it or all of the above.
Feeble is the word.
Well,
Wouldn't
that's
he seem
what
a
I'm saying. There's
feeble?
been and there's been a lot of discussion that people that are Republicans, that conservative talk show host from Rush to TV, the Sean Hannity's on TV of Fox, Tucker Carlson, all the above. There's been a lot of attack on them that he has feeble's a good word, and we're going after him. But I think he should have just said, I'm physically not able to do it if he couldn't, and just, you'll have to subpoena me, but I can't physically do it.
He didn't have a choice.
I understand. I get it, but,
Wait a minute. Physically unable to do it? He's been physically unable to do it for 2.5 years. Okay?
But no one cared.
Let me
no
tell
one
you.
thought it was going to
Let me tell you who the coward is. Let me tell you who the coward is.
I love when I know
The coward, the coward is Rod Rosenstein. Rod Rosenstein didn't have the guts to do that within a 6-month investigation in the DOJ. So what does he do? He puts this holier-than-thou Republican kind of like in that place, who's nothing but a figurehead, who did nothing for 2.5 years.
Got his paycheck for nothing. Did
Exactly.
Nothing. He did not.
And then the guy in charge was that schmuck.
So what you're saying, I give it back to you. I'll defer back. But what you're saying is, if he looked unable to handle that, with the takeaway, he's been unable to do it from the beginning.
For the last 2.5 years.
Okay.
They put him in there and he just stood around posing for holy pictures and taking a big paycheck, Rod Rosenstein is the coward of the year.
And
He
it's
is.
interesting, the media always talks about him in the words you said before. Oh, decorated war hero, Marine, nominal Republican, unbiased, all these sort of things. When they know they have something to lose because they didn't get anything they could gain out of this. So then they're going back to like, oh, we got to protect this guy no matter what. Because, Rick's point is probably very valid that, he wasn't capable of doing it when they appointed him.
No,
So
not at all.
Instead
So
of
Weissman is the guy
figurehead,
who wrote.
Weissman.
yeah, Weissman. Figurehead isn't the word. Patsy is the word. I mean,
Boob.
they used him.
Fall
He-
guy.
Dumbass
He was the
boob.
fall guy, and
Well, it's
then,
I think the American people, I think the American people, Jane, I'll give it back to you. If they seen anything the other day, they watched someone that really did not know what they were doing, what the report said, what was in the report, just at a total loss. Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead, Jane.
my source, the one that starts with Q, they said.
Excuse me?
No.
one that starts with
No,
now
let's
you've
say
got
so,
me.
Jane.
You've got me. You've got. What did you just say? I'm not kidding. I'm not
You
kidding.
said, play back the tape. You said my
You can repeat the
stores,
question.
starting with a Q.
No, what did you say before that? I forgot what I was gonna say. Said.
What did I say, Rick? It's yours. You're
Said-
supposed to be recording this.
Said. I'll think of it in a second.
No, I talked about,
So takeaway.
it was obvious that he had no idea what the report said. He did not write the report. He did not read the report. The American people watched this man. They've heard the word Mueller. They watched this man the other day. Zero, nothing, provided nothing for the American people in this multi-million-dollar report, basically what I said.
Yeah, well, that didn't bring it back. But I will say that, I mean, I'm getting really bad about this. The thing is that I never thought I would say this. I was thinking this morning. I almost felt sorry for that guy because he was a Marine. He did serve our country.
I got it.
And I'll tell you, they put him under the bus so far. And I know that Barr is sad too because they're great friends, and I know Barr's so disappointed in what it's turned into. And I really did feel for him that he, once being an FBI director and all this, I know he sat there and thought, what am I doing? I'm out of my league. What have I done? What have they done to me?
And I said to Rick afterwards, I said, I just wonder if they're setting him up to make a statement later, maybe this weekend or next week, saying, I was dealing with some medical issue or something like that, and I really wasn't on top of my game. So, if you want to have a redo, I can come back.
No, I don't
Boy,
know
would
if
that
there's
be
a
horrific.
comeback.
No, I think
but let
they
me
want to
say-
redo the report.
Let me say this. They kept saying they wanted to bring Mueller's words to life. What they did do. What do you think? I'm not going to get into what I think. What do you think was the takeaway for the Democrats? They don't say. Yeah, I mean, think about it from their side of the aisle and their followers and the people there, Nadler and Shifless and all them. What do you think their takeaway was? Do you think they feel they got something out of this to work with?
Well, if you listen to talk about it, yeah, they all said that. They all put on a positive spin.
If they had something positive to come out of it, I don't think they would have come out with that impromptu press conference at the end. I think the press conference after the fact was a shill, was a front to say we really did get something out of this, knowing that they didn't.
When I knew they were dead in the water is this morning. I happened to see a CNN thing, two of them, where one guy was saying, look, there's a possibility he was just a figurehead, he did nothing, and then even the bad guys, I don't know their names unless you tell me, they're saying he just didn't have it, he just wasn't all there. It's going to turn on the Democrats because this was such a failure. It was embarrassing, really.
Well, if you watch both sides, a large part of Democrat focus was the president requested Don McGahn to fire him. and they kept. If you go for the sound bites, because I will say this, we feel as watching it, and I tell you what, most Democrats feel this thing bombed. They're in big trouble. But really, what Democrats wanted were sound bites. So if you was to go and play a little montage and you just cut it up the way you want, did the president ask you to fire Don McGahn? Yes, he did. It's in the file. I mean, Don McGahn to fire you. So they went after, I think they laid the groundwork of why they have to bring Don McGahn in. Is their what they're saying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Do you agree that although they wanted some sound bites from Mueller, just sound bites, they knew they weren't going to get a smoking gun. They have sound bites.
We got more sound bites than them. What happened to Medford? Medford or whatever, you know.
But did you notice the layout methodically of?
Sure.
Read from page so and so. Now right there is where the president said to Don McGahn, White House counsel, fire Robert Mueller. How many times did they discuss Don McGahn? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Right? Overwhelming.
That was about all they had.
Exactly. So they got the sound bites of him saying, yes, the president wanted me to fire the special counsel.
So the follow-on is obstruction.
Right. The follow-on is obstruction. And now they're preparing, I heard they're preparing the lawsuit to sue to get McGahn to come in. Right? That's what they want. They want McGahn to come in. But it's not going to be over, but do you think it's dead with the American people? I guess that's what I want to know. Do you think this issue is over with the American people?
I think for all the people in the middle and the people like who have better things to do with their lives, yeah. I think that the lefties on the coast and like the major cities who are just anything to get the orange blob man out, yeah.
You know,
they're gonna
our
run with it.
favorite guy that's from some teaches in some university that's on Tucker all the time. The older guy that I love so much. You remember his name? He said it. I think he said it perfectly. He said, what they're saying is that Trump, yes, he got angry. He said this, he thought this, but he didn't do this. He said, that is the thought police. They are wanting to make him guilty over his thoughts, and he didn't do it. I mean, I can think I want to go to rob a bank, but I don't.
We should fire this guy. Why do we keep it, Mr. President?
That's why Representative Lesko out of Arizona, the woman, was brilliant in her questioning, and they set it up perfectly. Did you get to finish your term? Yes.
Yeah.
Were you fired?
Were you ever?
No.
Doug Collins did that. Remember what Collins did?
He did it as well.
Yeah.
Doug Collins said, hey, did you ever get hindered at any time? Were you ever told not to? I mean, he gave the whole list of what the media kept saying, that Trump was trying to obstruct the investigation.
And that's on the record.
Right?
Yeah.
And Collins nailed him down. And at the end, it doesn't matter what Trump was thinking, what he said.
That's what he did.
Our congressman, actually, he's our congressman here in the district. He laid that out to where there's no way. Mueller's own words are, no, I never was told stop. I was never told I couldn't subpoena anybody. Right? Never hindered, never slowed down, never stopped, never interfered with. Right? Boom.
Rush makes a good point. He said, why didn't they pull that second hearing when they knew that they had just an absolute boob sitting there?
Right.
Because Adam Schiff, Pencil Neck Geek, Standard Hotel, look it up.
Right. I know about the Standard Hotel. Look it up.
Wanted his day in the sun. He wanted to be able to sit in front of those cameras and hammer Trump until the cows came home.
Well, they are still going out before the cameras and saying these are the reasons. He even said it. Shifless said it in the hearing. This report is definitely, to them, give them the reasons why they have to look closer.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
Yeah, keep it going.
All right, so let's say this though. Let's go back to the narrative this is supposed to be about: Russian collusion to obstruct or to interfere with our elections, right? Why do you think that is a war drum just over and over? Russian, we find out this morning, or I'm going to say this morning, they're running on the news, and now our intelligence community says that Russia tried to hack and interfere in all 50 states, right?
I read that.
Well, yeah,
Right.
Mueller said they're doing it now.
They're doing it now.
Yeah.
Why? Why it's not impeachment, my friend.
I think it's maybe an easy, guilty, not guilty plea.
I think there's two reasons. I think the long game is that the Dems want to take over the election process, and they don't want to have it localized. They want to standardize it and make it national. We have 50 actual presidential elections going on right now, plus the territories. Not one. We have 50 plus the territories.
Now, if you're going to run with that.
The long game, that's the long game. The short game is, if Trump wins again, we get to redo this whole damn thing over again and figure out how this happened again.
But I think
the long game. Wait, I got to say, on the long game.
Yeah.
Now, I've been putting that out for a long time, haven't I? Just don't throw it out there. Just come on.
Has he been putting it up?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
call in.
Rick's right on the long game.
Well, I saw that. I saw that as a backfire when they said the Russians are in every state meddling, because then it seems like that would be an impetus for us to go to paper ballots. I mean, to kind of get them out of the deep state, out of our election.
It is. I love this panel. It is 100% from start to finish to take over and nationalize elections.
Yeah.
And take it away. 100% to set up. Okay. What we do know is all of this supposedly Russian hacking and interference and into our elections, that we need to save our democracy, not a vote. They leave that out. The proof has been not a vote was changed, right? We can't find anywhere where votes were changed.
Nothing is provable.
Right. Nothing. There were no votes changed. So I will tell you two things. One, they want to the long game. If you look at the left very close and dig into it, they have some, I'm going to say, great organizations, not that I agree with them, that they've put together to end the Electoral College, okay, turn it into popular vote, all right, take away your local elections, folks. They want to take away and oversee, and it's for your best, okay? They want to stop your Fannin County election office from overseeing your state elections. That's what Stacey Abrams all about, yelling voter suppression in the states. They want to take over your state elections, your national elections, and local elections, and that's what every bit is. I'm sorry I went on and on.
Chuck and Marianne are going to be without a job.
I'm sorry, but right?
Beautiful.
Okay, now we're going to take a brief break.
Right along.
I want to take a brief break, and I want to talk about, let's just say, my white privilege when we get back. Let's take a break.